So let's take a look at Mitt Romney for this type of model. And I'm going to quote him from October 2007. He said, "The right way for us to go is to bring in the kind of market dynamics that make the economy so successful." I said that with the modicum of sarcasm, right? Now, of course, hindsight is 20/20, but isn't it true that so many on the conservative side are still putting healthcare reform out there in the form of a free market product? And what do you believe they can hope to achieve?
Well, we have had a free market system, and I'm afraid we're heading towards a model where we're going to have to be bailing out private insurance companies sometime soon too if we don't change things.
Now, Mr. Bugliosi is here to talk about his new book, The Prosecution of George W. Bush for Murder. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Happy to be on the show.
Now, about the title.
The title.
Not much subtlety there, is there?
Yeah, it's a little ambiguous, isn't it? The prosecution of George W. Bush for murder. Some people have chided me for not being more clear about my intentions.
Right.
But in the book, Janice, I present evidence which proves beyond all reasonable doubt.
You mentioned the limited power of the vice president. Now, I'm not sure if that applies to Vice President Dick Cheney, who's been called the shadow president and maybe deemed our most powerful vice president. How do you view his role in this administration?
Well, I think the evidence suggests that, in fact, he is very powerful and very influential. It's his group of neoconservatives and the folks that he put into the Department of Defense or sponsored in the Department of Defense.
Now, are there other ways that you could see future presidents taking what has been established by the Bush administration and applying that to military action or some other form of bellicosity?
That is an excellent question. And the short answer is yes, I can see that.
And there have been accusations, have there not, of voter irregularities?
There have been some, but again, and we've had this, states that have electronic-only voting have said, well, there are no problems, there are no irregularities. Well, unless they have a paper trail, they wouldn't know.
Now, as a journalist covering many of these issues you just spoke of, as you worked for the LA Times for so long, what was your experience moving then to your website, truthdig.com?
Well, I think the internet is very liberating. A.J. Liebing, the great media critic for The New Yorker, once wrote, "Freedom of the press is guaranteed only to those who own one."